Business Today is brought to you by
More great cities just got closer. The Scotiabank Aero Platinum MasterCard is now even better. Fly to New York, Miami, Orlando, and Fort Lauderdale with just 20,000 Scotia points. With your new Scotiabank Aero Platinum MasterCard, you'll receive a welcome bonus of 10,000 Scotia points, so you can enjoy the cities you love most sooner than ever. Apply today. Call 426-7000 or visit your nearest branch.
This is Business Today. I'm Sandy Dina. The renewable energy sector has been touted as a key driver of a new Barbados economy, but industry players warn it's on the brink of collapse. At a news conference on Monday, the Barbados Renewable Energy Association lamented that the 500% hike in the National Social Responsibility Levy and the 2% levy imposed on foreign exchange transactions are too onerous and should be immediately reviewed. BRIA President Aidan Rogers told reporters the new taxes are bad for business in a sector which has not received the promised support from the government.
There's been a significant amount of malaise in terms of really trying to foster the growth of this sector. And I'll speak specifically to some of the challenges we've had. We've had legislation that was in place since 2013. This is the Electric Light and Power Act. It took almost 18 months for the regulations to actually introduce the licensing provision under that legislation to come in place. Following the passage of those regulations in 2015, it took at least another 6 to 8 months before the actual licensing framework and the forms were made available for persons to invest in this sector and actually become licensed producers of electricity. For the year thus far, there have been no more than 2 meetings for the advisory committee approving new applicants for photovoltaic or small-scale wind systems in this island.
BRIA Vice President Jerry Franklin, who is also the Managing Director of NSmart Inc., says consumers will feel the pinch of the new taxes. He suggested the cost of renewable energy systems are likely to rise by 12%, and that essentially means less business for a sector that is already at an all-time low.
We are going to be faced with a situation where the value proposition that an installer like myself have to make to a client is even further impacted, and it's going to have a significant impact. We have had several companies gone into business already, and several considering going out of business in a sector that really should be growing and moving this economy forward, both from the economic activity of creating jobs, but the bigger picture is reducing the amount of foreign exchange that we spend on fossil fuel on an annual basis.
Meanwhile, BRIA's Executive Director Misha Clark warned that service providers in the sector, including energy installers, engineers, and consultants, will be hard hit. She wants the government to make a number of considerations for the vulnerable sector.
There's serious consideration needs to be given to creating special carves out for special categories of persons, specifically service providers in the renewable energy sector. We need to institute a carve out where we have for local and sensitive products, such as we'll see specifically in the manufacturing sector, specifically as it pertains to the renewable energy industry, if we are truly serious about moving the growth of the sector forward.
Ozone Wireless Inc., which claims to be the island's first 4G LTE-only network, is promising to roll out an unmatched experience that allows customers to maximize the use of their mobile devices. Operations Manager Glenn Torps told reporters on Monday the company will be offering 100% coverage on the island.
In our first zone to the south of the island, we've made sure that the airport is well covered. We've covered the Bridgetown Port as well in our sector too. And as I said, all of the East Coast and the North Coast will be covered in our phase 3. In terms of how we're doing it, we've been working along with our, instead of having to go to build a whole set of new towers to be able to deliver our service, we have been working along with Digicel and with Cable and Wireless to share tower space. We are also working along with many landlords who own significant rooftop space, which we believe is valuable for us. And between them and, as I said, our other friends on the other side, we have 31 sites that we're going to be launching to cover the island.
Ozone's brand and communication manager Diane Squire says their research indicates there's room for another player on the local market. She says the company will not be binding customers to a contract and it will be offering competitive rates. She adds that Ozone is targeting dynamic consumers. And now for today's financial tip. Review your insurance coverage on a regular basis to ensure that the amount of coverage is still consistent with your original needs and intent. This includes life insurance, health insurance, and homeowners insurance. That's been the business today. Join us again on Thursday. Until then, you can get more business and news by logging on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribing to our e-paper, and liking us on Facebook. I'm Sandy.